Welcome to the MamasteFit YouTube channel. This is going to be our motherhood workout. So we're going to have a lower body portion and an upper body portion, and we're going to show you some modifications if you are baby wearing. So this is my baby that Roxanne is going to be holding, and she's going to be showing the baby wearing modifications for the upper body and the lower body exercises. And I'm going to be showing you advancement if your baby does want to do tummy time, they maybe want to play in the swing, or somebody else is able to take care of your baby while you do your workout. So for the first part of the workout, we're going to need a baby carrier and a box or a step-up surface if you are primarily going to be baby wearing. If you're not going to be baby wearing, we're also going to need a weight in addition to that box. So once you've got that equipment, let's go ahead and get started with the first part of today's workout. And if you want more workouts like this, be sure to subscribe to our channel so you get notified whenever we release new workout videos. We release new workouts every Tuesday on this channel. And if you want more support during your pregnancy and your postpartum with daily workouts to help you feel strong and keep you pain-free as you navigate this phase of life, be sure to check out our online programs on our website at MamasteFit.com and use code YouTube10 to get 10% off any of our online offerings. So once you've got your equipment, let's go ahead and get started with part A of today's workout. For the part A of today's workout, we're going to be doing 2 rounds, and we're going to start with some squats. So Roxanne's got Zoe here in the baby carrier. She's doing a front carry with her, and she's going to squat down to a box just to give you a little bit of support, but you can do it without the box, and I've got a goblet hold here, so I'm holding the kettlebell in my chest. Inhale to lower down. Exhale, lift up in that pelvic floor to stand up. So we're going to be here for 1 minute, so just kind of lowering and coming up. So we're thinking inhales, exhales up. It's really important that we learn how to coordinate our breath to our movement. This is how we stabilize. This is what's going to help us to protect our pelvic floor with movement. At any point you feel any heaviness within the pelvic floor, we may need to take a look at our positioning. So you may be a little bit arched, especially if you're baby wearing. We're going to want to make sure that we're in a more neutral spine position. So inhales, come down. Exhale, lift up in that pelvic floor to stand up. Now we're going to move on to some RDLs. If you're doing this without a baby, we're going to do a staggered stance. If you're doing it with your baby, you're going to do a good morning. So you're going to hold on to your baby and hinge forward at the waist. When we hinge, we're thinking about hips coming to the wall behind us, not the floor below us. Grabbing onto your weight or your baby. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, come on up. Inhales to lower. Exhales to come on up. If you're doing this one-sided, in about 5 seconds, we're going to switch to the other side. Go ahead and switch if you're doing it with just one side. If you're doing both feet parallel, you're just going to keep pushing the hips back, and then exhale to come on up. After this, we're going to move to our step to do some forward step-ups, followed by calf raises. If you want to hold onto your weight, feel free. We're going to place one foot up onto the box. You're going to put weight into that foot. With the opposite hand, you can kind of reach forward to bring belly a little bit more towards that thigh. So putting weight into that foot that's on the box. Exhale. Step up, and then inhale to lower down. If you're finding the hip rotation aspect is a little confusing, you can either keep that closed hip position the entire time as you stand up and lower back down. You can just keep the hips forward as you go up and down, or we can add in that rotation. So as you lower down, belly comes towards that thigh. As you step up, hips face forward. Adding in that little bit of rotation is going to really help to strengthen your glute a little bit more because it brings more length to it. So if we kind of keep that hip always in a closed or an open position where that glute is more clenched, we're really gonna be limiting the strengthening aspect. So load the leg, belly to thigh, big stretch through this glute. Exhale, step up. In about 5 seconds, we're gonna stay at the bottom and then bring one foot to the floor. And we're gonna move through our calf raises. So come up on the tippy toes and lower back down, keeping the other foot on that box for support. If you want, you can come onto the tippy toes of the foot on the box to kind of decrease the balance a little bit. If you're not holding a baby, you can keep holding on to the weight that you were using for your step-ups, for your RDLs, and for your squats. Let's go ahead and switch to the other side. So other foot is on the box now. And again, put weight into that foot. Belly comes to the thigh. And then exhale, come on up to face forward. Inhale to lower down. If you're finding the rotation is confusing, keep that closed hip position. So kind of keep your upper body oriented at a 45 the entire time. Or you can just keep the hips facing forward as you go up and down. Really think about keeping weight in the big toe of the leg that is on that box. This is going to help keep that knee from flailing in or going out. Bring that foot down to the floor and then come up onto those tippy toes for some calf raises. The foot that's on the box can be flat, or you can come up onto the tippy toes of the box or the foot on the box to help provide a little bit of support. Hold at the top for a second or two and then lower down. Let's go ahead and move into round number 2, back to 1 minute of those squats. So we're gonna do our squats, our hinges, our step-ups with our calf raises. So this is a full lower body workout. So holding onto your baby or onto your weight. Inhales to lower down, exhale, lift up in the pelvic forward to stand up. So again, it's important that we learn how to coordinate our breath to our movement. So we inhale when we're lowering, or the eccentric portion of the movement, and then we exhale as we come on up. And if you're feeling discomfort in the low back area, like you're maybe a little bit tension back here, really think about your positioning. Are you super arched in the back? Or can we slightly tuck the hips under just a little bit? We're not completely tucking under, but enough to bring us into a more neutral position. About 10 seconds, we'll move on to the hinges. So go ahead and grab onto your weight or your baby. With your baby, feet are parallel with the stagger stance. One foot steps back, and we're gonna hinge the hips back. So we're pushing the hips back like we're trying to touch the wall behind us, not the floor below us. Inhale, lower down, exhale, stand up. Inhale, are down, exhales are up. So as you come down, really think about weight being even in your feet. So whether you're doing the good morning or the RDL, with the good morning, both feet, we have weight in the center of the heel and the big toe and peaky toe side. With the RDL, the forward foot, you have that sensation. Go ahead and switch if you're doing the single leg. I would say of the two movements, the hinge is probably more important for motherhood because we really need to strengthen that posterior chain to help us maintain that upright position while we're holding our baby, while we're doing stuff. So let's move on to those step-ups. So one foot is up on the box. We're gonna load this foot. So we're putting weight into that foot. And then we're gonna think belly comes towards the thigh. So if you're holding a weight, you're reaching that weight towards that front foot. If you're not, you're kind of reaching across with that hand. Exhale, step up, inhale, lower down. And again, we have 3 options here. Hips can stay forward as you go up and down. Focus on keeping weight even through that foot. You can find just a closed hip position, so torso's at like a 45, lower down, and then step back up. Or we can find the rotation, so face forward at the top, find that 45 at the bottom. But the entire time, the foot that is on the box, I have even weight. So big toe, pinky toe, center of the heel. I'm not kind of flailing all around. So it's gonna be important to have some shoes that have like a flat bottom to them, a firm surface. And you have like running shoes and you're trying to work out, you're gonna kind of be falling all over the place. Bring that foot down to the floor. We're gonna move through those calf raises. So we've been pretty big fans of these Noble all-day shoes. These are the ripstop ones. I find that they're really great for workouts, to be able to do cardio work, to do lifting, to run, to move around. They're pretty comfortable for my workouts, and so I've been using them a lot lately because they're super versatile. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So place the other foot onto that box. And same thing, we're thinking weight is in that big toe. Load the leg. Exhale, step up. Inhale, lower down. And same thing, either hips stay forward the whole time, hips stay closed, or 45 the whole time, or we find the rotation. So forward to 45, forward to 45. Adding in the rotation is gonna bring a lot more length to that glute, which is gonna help to strengthen it a whole lot more. So we had our squat motion, which was helping to strengthen our glute, our quads. We had our hinge motion, more hamstring and quads, or hamstring and glutes. And now we have our step-ups, which is again back to that quad and glute, but we're adding in a little bit more hip rotation to it. And now we're gonna finish up with those calf raises. So about 5 seconds, go ahead and bring that foot down to the floor, holding onto your weight, and then come up onto the tippy toe and lower down. And you can hold at the top for a second or two. For part B of today's workout, we're gonna be doing an upper body workout. So if you're gonna be doing this without your baby, we're gonna want some medium weights, some light weights, and then you're gonna want like your couch or workout bench. If you are doing this while baby wearing, we're gonna want that couch with some light to medium weights and a long resistance band. So go ahead and make sure you have that equipment, and let's get started with part B of today's workout. If you need a pause at any point to tend to your baby, feel free. It's really easy to just press pause on this YouTube video, and then we can come back and finish it up together. So let's go ahead and get started with round number 1 of 2 to finish up today's workout. So for the first exercise, we're either gonna do a floor press or an incline press. So if you're baby wearing, you're gonna lean back into your couch about a 45-degree angle, and you'll bring your weights to your shoulders. If you don't feel comfortable with the weights by your baby, you can also just use a band. So we'll come down to the floor, exhale, press those weights up, inhale to lower down. We're gonna be here for 45 seconds. As you press up, we're thinking lift up in that pelvic floor, inhales to lower. If you're down on the floor, you could elevate the hips if you want a little bit more challenge. From here, we're gonna come to a standing position to do our farmer's carry, where we're just gonna march in place. At any point you need to take a break, just feel free to bring the weights down. Go ahead and lower the weights, and let's come to a standing position for the farmer's march. So if you're holding your baby, you'll just hold the weights by your side, or you can just march in place with your baby. If you're not, you can either keep the weights by your side or up in a front rack position. Begin to just march in place. We're gonna be here for 1 minute. As you march in place, we're trying to avoid a lot of side to side bending. Try to maintain that upright position, put weight into your foot, and then drive the knee up. And if you have your weights by your shoulders and you're like, oh my God, I made a mistake, you can always just bring it back down to your side. If you're marching with your baby and you're like, these weights are super heavy, you can, again, put the weights down on the floor. Your baby counts as weight. She's super cute weight. And they might even be staring at you as you do your workout. So focus on keeping that upright position. From here, we're gonna put one weight down and we're gonna do our single arm rows. So place one weight down. If you do not have your baby, we're gonna lean onto the workout bench. If you do, you're gonna hold onto your baby's head, lean forward at the waist, and then do your single arm rows. So exhale, row that weight back, inhale to lower. And as we row, we're focusing on keeping the arm coming back at a 45, not pulling to the shoulder. So again, if you're leaning forward with your baby, make sure you're supporting their head with your free hand. Row that weight down towards like the hip pocket area, like bottom of the rib cage. About 5 seconds, we'll switch to the other side. Go ahead and switch. Again, rowing back 40 or a 90-degree angle with your arm. So you're coming back and you're found this 90-degree angle, not pulling to the shoulder. Row and hold, and then lower down. Now go ahead and grab onto your thin resistance band if you're baby wearing, or your light weights if you're not. So we're gonna be doing some pull-aparts or reverse flies. With the pull-aparts, we're gonna do 20 seconds palms down, 20 seconds palms facing, 20-second palms up. Reverse flies start with palms facing, come straight out to the side. Five seconds, we're gonna switch, palms facing each other for the band, palms facing down for the flies. And switch. We'll finish up in 10 seconds with the palms facing up for both. Palms face up. After this, we're going to move back into round number 2, starting with our presses. So coming down to the floor or your bench, we're going to come into our floor press or incline press. And again, if you don't want to have the weights by your baby's head, you're probably fine, but if you don't feel comfortable, just put a band around your back instead. Inhale to lower down, exhale, press up. And so Roxanne's doing the variation with the band in case you want to do that instead of the weights, or maybe you have some regrets on the weight choice that you made. The band can be a really great option. 10 seconds to go. We're going to come to those standing marches. Go ahead and come on up, and we're going to just hold one weight on one side. So we'll do 30 seconds on one side, and then we're going to switch to the other. A one-sided farmer's carry is a really great lower back strengthening exercise. So focus on keeping your upright position. Begin to march in place. And try not to lean to the weight or away from the weight. Get ready to switch. Switch sides. From here, we're going to move into those single arm rows. So either bending forward and supporting your baby's head and rowing. You can also use a band for that as well. You'll just step on the band or using your supportive surface. 10 seconds. Go ahead and find your single arm row set up. So again, when we're rowing, we're finding a 45 or a 90 degree angle, not a 45, a 90 degree angle, not pulling to the shoulder. Support baby's head, exhale, row, inhale to lower. Exhale, come up and hold, and then lower down. 10 seconds, we'll switch to the other side. And switch. When I'm working out with my baby or my little kids, I like to count with them. And that like sing-songy voice tends to be really nice to them. It gets them really excited. 10 seconds, and we'll finish up with those reverse flies or pull aparts. Go ahead and place your weights down. Grab onto your light weight or your thin band. With the weights, we're going to start with palms down, face, and then up. And same with the band. So starting with those palms facing down. Exhale, pull out, and then back in. And at the extension point, hold, and then come back. So we're not trying to do as many reps as possible. Next one is going to be palms face each other. Palms face. Last one is going to be palms facing up. Palms face up. And that concludes our motherhood workout. Hopefully the baby wearing modifications were helpful for you to figure out how can you incorporate your baby into your workout if they don't want to be put down, which is what my baby has been like for the past months. I keep thinking that it's a phase, but I think it might just be who she is. So if you're a baby wearing, we want to make sure that we keep baby more upright. So choosing like incline or upright positions can be really helpful. If you need to sub for weights, bands are a really great option to still get that same angle of press or pull while being in a more upright position. So thanks so much for joining us. If you enjoyed the workout, be sure to subscribe to our channel so you get notified whenever we release new workouts. We release new workouts every Tuesday. And this workout had a core warm-up, a beginner, novice, and advanced, and it does have a mobility cool down. So if you want to continue to work out with us today, check out the mobility cool down. If you want daily workouts like this, be sure to check out our online prenatal and postpartum fitness programs where we offer you workouts to keep you strong, pain-free as you navigate this phase of life. So Thanks so much for working out with us. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.